It's ironic because I've been procrastinating filming this video. The way to get through procrastination fundamentally is to take action, which is what I'm doing. I'm filming this video. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Julia and today we're talking about 7 ways to beat procrastination. I will say that everyone is different and I'm going to talk from my experience here. These things have really helped me. The first tip that I've found to beat procrastination is to make the task more enjoyable. So one thing that I can tend to procrastinate is cleaning the bathroom or cleaning my room. I like having a clean space, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's like the noise of the Hoover or like the feel of the rubber gloves or the overpowering smell of like the bleach or the cleaner, like I just don't really enjoy cleaning. But I do enjoy cleaning when I put on loud music or a podcast or an audiobook, just making the task more enjoyable. This is great because not only do I get the task done that I was procrastinating, I clean the bathroom, but I also have lots of fun dancing around, singing along to the song, just enjoying having like a playlist going or a particular album. I have been in the last few days really into Reputation by Taylor Swift. The next thing that's been really helpful is to, yes, have a to-do list, but that's quite a basic tip to beat procrastination. But the more helpful thing for me is to have 2 lists going. It's easier if you write them down, but I also sometimes just do this in my head. I have a list of things that have to be done today and then like overhanging things. So like we talked about cleaning the bathroom, that's probably going to be like an overhanging thing. Unless we have like people coming to stay, the bathroom does not have to be cleaned today. Other overhanging things would be like admin things like, oh, I need to change the password on this, I need to cancel my Amazon Prime, I need to double check my student loans. Like these things don't have to be done necessarily immediately. That has helped me create more space and stop procrastinating because it enables me to focus more clearly on the things that have to be done today. For example, I'm doing a daily video challenge on my channel for the next few weeks. Filming a video, if that's on my to-do list, or outlining a video, making the thumbnail, editing. These things are now priority because I have to put out a new video every day. Next thing I've found helpful is to have a deadline. This is particularly obvious in terms of like my university work, because there was a deadline. You have to get it in at a certain time or else you're going to start losing marks. That really helped focus my mind, but I was definitely someone who I would just do like loads of preparation, whether it was reading or maybe a little bit of writing. I did an English degree, so a lot of writing. It would be only in the last couple of weeks before the deadline that I'd be like, oh, I now need to really get down to work here, and I was able to then hyper focus and fixate on that deadline. I remember when I had meetings with my dissertation supervisor, we sometimes would agree like an arbitrary deadline. Like there was no need for me to send over a draft literature review or send over my plan or whatever secondary criticism I was going to be using. There was no like actual need for her to do this. She wasn't marking it, but I just really liked having a deadline. So think about what ways you can bring accountability into the things that you procrastinate and the things that you need to do. Would it be helpful for you to have a deadline? Were you someone like me who would leave things to the last minute? I know some people are very last minute and would leave it even to like the night before and just work all night to get to a deadline. Are you someone who does better if you announce your goal to other people and have others hold you accountable? Or are you more self-motivated and if you just decide you're doing something, then that's that and you're doing it? Gretchen Rubin writes about this in her book, The 4 Tendencies, where she defines different personalities and how you can better achieve your goals based on which personality you are. She has upholders, questioners, obligers, and rebels. Rebels are people who don't fit into any category. I worked out from reading the book that I am a rebel, so sometimes I need external motivation like a deadline, and other times I can be very self-motivated. But questioners are people who can work to a deadline, but they need to know why. They're the kind of person who does a lot of research before they make a decision. Obligers are people who do better if they announce their goal to others. This is the kind of person who would like a gym buddy, have someone that they go for a run with, meet a friend and go for a long walk. These people do better when they have people to be accountable to, but they struggle more on setting and achieving their own goals by themselves. And then upholders are people who are like type A personalities, so when they decide they're going to do something, they are very self-motivated and they do it. This book is really good. I love Gretchen Rubin. All of my family, when I'd read this book, we took this little quiz and we worked out who we each were, and all of us, the 4 of us, were different things, so that was quite cool. I will leave a link to the book down in the description if you want to check it out. Highly recommend it. Incredibly interesting. If you resonated with any of the things I just said and want to learn more, please check it out. Another really helpful thing to do that I've found helps me beat procrastination is to set a 20-minute timer. Pick whatever time frame suits you. Sometimes, depending on the task, it'll be 10 minutes, sometimes it's half an hour. I do love editing. I love making videos, otherwise I wouldn't have set myself a daily video challenge, but sometimes it's hard to get into this task. Even I have the same thing like when I sit down to read a book sometimes. My mind can be all over the place. Setting a timer and being like, no matter what, I'm going to sit here for 20 minutes and read my book. You're able to get through that initial couple of minutes where you feel distracted and you feel like there's so many other things you have to be doing. I find the same thing works with, I like Grow with Jo workouts. I'll leave a link to her channel. I think she's brilliant. But with her workouts, I might pick one that's 10 minutes, 20 minutes. She does like a whole range, which is really great. But if I pick like a 20-minute one, the first couple of minutes I'll be like, I shouldn't be doing this. Like there's so much I have to be doing. Why am I wasting my time doing this? As soon as I get through the initial couple of minutes, I'm then in it. So the same thing applies to setting a timer and being like, I am going to dedicate this time to this activity. I'm not going to allow myself to be distracted by anything. The next thing is to make it inconvenient to make a disruptive choice. This has helped me stop procrastinating. It's so easy for me to scroll on Twitter. Maybe your thing is TikTok or Instagram. For me, I find Twitter is the one. That's definitely a thing I do when I'm procrastinating as well. When there's something else that I should be doing, something more productive or something that I need to check off my to-do list, I'll be like, oh no, I'll just go on Twitter. In terms of making it inconvenient, I have in the past logged out, and so every time I want to log back in on my phone, I have to type in my password. This worked for a little bit, but then I got so good at just typing in my password quickly because I was doing it so often that it kind of became redundant. But one thing I would recommend instead is change your password to like just random numbers. Like just type in, if you're on your phone or on your computer, just type in anything and then copy and paste it to re-enter the password and then submit, and you've changed your password now to something really random. And then if you want to log in, there is obviously a way. It's just adding more steps to make it more inconvenient for you to procrastinate. Other things like put your phone on the other side of the room or put your phone in a different room. Go study in a library or in a quieter space if you're distracted by the people in your environment. Another thing that has helped me stop procrastinating is to have a project that I'm working on alongside everything else. So I have my YouTube channel alongside my degree. Because I had these two things on the go that I had to balance, it meant that there was less time in the middle to procrastinate because I either had to be doing one thing or the other. My YouTube channel, having this project, has stopped me procrastinating so much. Less time to scroll on Twitter because I have a goal of making videos, especially now I'm doing my daily video challenge. But I also had the goal of reading a lot for my degree, working for my degree. The next thing is sometimes you do need to just let yourself daydream, let yourself procrastinate. Sometimes you need a break. This is another one that's about knowing yourself, but for me, sometimes I need like 20 minutes to just scroll mindlessly on my phone. Sometimes I need 10 minutes where I just lie on my bed and look out the window and cloud watch. I need those little breaks to snap out of whatever I'm feeling. So I would say don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes the most productive thing that you can do is to let yourself rest. With all that being said, maybe now you can go do that thing that you've been procrastinating, but instead you clicked on this video. If you watched this far, thank you so much. Please leave an orange heart in the comments if you got to this point, or let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. If you want to subscribe, as I said, I'm doing my daily video challenge, so there'll be a new video every single day. God bless, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.